So I think we can all agree that Operation New Blood has been one of the worst seasons we have seen in a while. Some may argue the worst season we have ever had. However, there has been one saving grace so far, and that is the full release of the Rainbow Six Siege Marketplace. For those who are not aware, the Marketplace allows you to buy and sell skins. Yep, that's what a Marketplace does for you. I don't know why I had to give you a description of it, but I don't know. However, this gives us the ability to buy rare skins, especially for people like me who didn't play during year 1 or year 2. And in order to buy these skins, you have to spend your R6 credits, so this got me thinking, what is the most expensive skins you can buy? Some people are going to immediately think of Glacier, which yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute. However, there's a few skins you probably didn't expect that were expensive, or probably didn't even know about to begin with. A few months ago, I made a video talking about some rare skins in the game, and this is technically a follow-up because back then the marketplace wasn't even announced. But enough talking, let's go ahead and talk about the rare skins that are way too expensive. First, we're going to talk about the Chroma Streak attachment skin that came out in Year 5 Season 3 with the Operation Shadow Legacy Battle Pass. There is also a weapon skin that has the same name, however, it only goes for $5, and admittedly, the skin itself is not really that good. However, the attachment skin looked really good, and especially with the Amethyst weapon skin, it looked insane. And that came out almost 4 years ago, and a lot of people still like it to this day. And on the marketplace, is going between either 3 or 4K, which is exactly $35. For the actual weapon skin, it's about 400 credits, which is exactly $5. But again, it doesn't really look that good, so I mean, if you want it, go ahead and get it. Now, for the next skins, we're going to talk about multiple seasonal skins. With every new Operation release, Ubisoft releases a universal weapon skin that is tied to that season, and once the season ends, you can no longer get that weapon skin until the marketplace came out. And since some of these weapon skins have been out for almost 10 years now, of course they're going to be a bit expensive. Like the one that I personally want being the Crossfade weapon skin. Now this weapon skin has been in the game for a long time, being released in Year 2 Season 1. Like Jackal and Mira came during this season, that's how old it is. The skin itself is amazing. Blending in black and pink with a texture over it looks incredibly well, and this is one of the skins I was talking about that looks amazing with chroma streaks. Currently on their marketplace, the current price range is around 5k credits, which is exactly $50. Now that is a really high price to ask for a skin, especially in a video game nonetheless. However, considering the fact how old it is, and now technically rare, and the visuals of the skin itself, it makes a bit more sense. However, the Piranha weapon skin that was released in Year 1 Season 3 Operation Skull Rain is a bit more expensive. The current price range of it is 8,750 credits, making it $55, $5 more than the Crossfade skin. I personally don't think this skin looks that amazing, but considering the fact it was released in Year 1 Season 3, it explains why the price is so high because of how rare it is. The last seasonal I'm going to talk about was also released during Year 1, that being Operation Red Crow. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to even try to pronounce this one because I have no idea how to say it. However, currently on the marketplace, it is going for almost 12,000 credits. And after seeing the skin for the very first time, I have to admit it's a very clean skin. However, just like Piranha, I think the reason why it's so expensive is because of how rare it is, because you have to remember, this was released during Year 1 Season 4. Again, almost 10 years old now. And that's not me judging anyone who's making these skins expensive. Of course, if you're going to sell one of the rarest skins in the game, of course you're going to want a lot out of it. Now, I knew I was going to talk about Black Ices in this video, however, I didn't expect how cheap a lot of them were going to be. Depending on which Black Ices you have, they can go as little as 120, which is the lowest price you can go on the market. Now, there are a few outliers here, like Buck C8 going for around 700 to 800 credits, and the most expensive ones being the MP5 and the R4C. The MP5 is currently going for 1800 credits, while the R4C is going for 2700, which the R4C makes sense considering the fact that Ash is the most popular attacker right now, and of course ACOG. The reason why I'm surprised about this, however, is because throughout all the years of Siege, everyone has wanted some sort of Black Ice. However, I think there's a few contributing factors on why they're so cheap now. Number one, and obviously being the Bravo packs, giving you almost a guaranteed Black Ice because you cannot get duplicates out of Bravos. And back in the day, the only ones that had Black Ices were the original 20 Operators and Buck and Frost being the first DLC Operators. But now that newer DLC weapons have them as well, they're not as rare and valuable anymore. But good news for anyone who still does want to go for C Black Eyes, because you don't have to gamble in alpha packs anymore, you can just spend $20 on the marketplace. Now, you were probably waiting for me to talk about Glacier, because it is one of the rarest skins in the game, period. Like how Black Eyes originally worked, these weapon skins are only available on the original 20 Operators, plus Buck and Frost's weapons. And of course, depending on which weapon you are selling it for, will dictate what the price range will usually be. However, unlike Black Eyes, these weapon skins are insanely expensive. The cheapest one I was able to find was 3,500, and that was only because it was just a simple GSN handgun. But every other skin is close to $100, and some of them are even more than that. Taking Bucksia for example, if my math is correct, then it's a little over $210. The 416, MP7, and MP5 are also close at that price range. However, currently the most expensive Glacier is the R4C, being over $400. And just like the Black Ice variant, that's probably because Ash is the most popular operator right now, and the R4C is very popular as well. Now, my math on the price could be a bit off because admittedly, I've never been the best at math. However, I'm pretty sure that is pretty close to the price range. And the funniest part about this whole thing, that's not even the most expensive skin in the entire game. So far, from what I can see, the most expensive skin in the entire game is the 6 Invitational VIP 2019 skin for the 416, currently sitting at a price of 120,000 credits. This is where I'm praying to God my math is wrong, because if it's right, then it is currently over $700 to buy this skin on the marketplace. I believe the reason why it's so expensive and rare is because only a few people have it, because during the 2019 Invitational, you had to buy a special VIP ticket in order to gain access to this weapon skin, hence the name VIP. And considering the fact it was only there for a limited time, and you had to be there during the 2019 Invitational, it makes sense why it's so expensive. And those are some of the most expensive skins on the marketplace right now. Now, there might be a few skins I didn't talk about, whether because I didn't want to or I don't know about them. Like, I didn't talk about Goldas because it doesn't seem people want them as much as Glacier, for example, even though I do think the skin itself looks pretty good and they are somewhat expensive. People seem like they would rather have Black Ices or Glacier. But if I did leave out any skins you thought I should talk about, please leave a comment below. But with all that said, I am Creator Tony. If you like what I make, I appreciate it if you subscribe. And with all that said, I hope you have a good day or good night, and goodbye.